Motown recording artist Cam, and you are logged on to YouKnowIGotSoul.com. What Christmas Means is my first Christmas album. It is a classic Christmas album. It's not a throwaway Christmas album, not a tinsel-tinged Christmas album. There are 5 original songs as well as 5 traditional Christmas songs. String arrangements by Paul Reiser, who, if you know Stevie Wonder's Rocket Love, or if you know Marvin Gaye's music, or the Temptations, or the Supremes, he's one of the renowned Motown arrangers, and he blessed us with his craft on this record, as well as there's a duet with myself and Lettucey called Be Mine for Christmas. It covers, the album covers different aspects of Christmas, the spiritual aspect of Christmas, of course, with songs like Glorify the King, which celebrate, speak to the birth of the Christ. The duet, as I mentioned, Be Mine for Christmas, as well as a Christmas song for you, romantic songs. Christmas is for me, Christmas is also a romantic holiday. So there's a lot, it has a lot to offer. I think that it's my best work today, and my hope is that it will be a part of your Christmas celebration for years to come.
Cool. And as you mentioned, this was your first Christmas album. Prior to this, you've had 3 successful albums as well. So, what was it like going into this project? Talk a little bit about the creation of it, as you approached it compared to your previous works.
Yeah, it's a little strange recording a Christmas record in the spring and summer. I started writing songs in the spring of 2012. I wanted original compositions on the record because I'm hoping to create music that lasts throughout the years, and publishing is always nice. That's the gift that keeps on giving.
Right.
I didn't want to just recreate the same old smash up of Christmas songs. I definitely didn't want to go in that direction.
Right.
It started out as just being, it was just going to be like a 4 or 5 song EP that we were going to couple with one of my previous albums and make it a holiday package. But the more I got into it, the more I realized, and the more my team and the label realized that it would be better suited if it was a bona fide, a full-fledged Christmas project. So,
right.
In addition to the original songs, I picked some of my favorite Christmas songs, and we just went at it.
Right. Okay. So earlier this year, the news came out. Your 3rd album, Intimacy, was certified gold. Which made it your 3rd consecutive gold album. That's a huge accomplishment, especially with sales down across the board in R&B and soul music. So, what do you consider the key to your success, and how you've been able to, have consistent success like that?
I tell people, man, everything starts with the song. And I try to craft great songs that are genuine. There's not a lot of gimmickry to what we do, and and I feel like I'm living in my purpose, and I feel that my music serves, my career serves a purpose that's greater than myself, and I use what I've been given to put back out into the world, and I think that's also the foundation for why we've been able to sustain making this kind of music. It's not the urban hip hop mainstream music that we've made so far, and so it's really an honor and a privilege to have this kind of success in today's industry.
Right, and definitely a huge achievement. And someone like myself who's been able to, kind of observe what's going on in the industry with a lot of artists and how they do things. What I notice about you is you've got a strong team around you. You do a great live show, and you just consistently make that live music. I've said you should be the blueprint for a lot of artists, who are looking to be successful like you are. So, do you consider yourself a blueprint?
I don't know that. I think that you can learn something from everybody. You know, and I'm still learning. I'm still sharpening my saw. And but definitely, you know, I think that artists should invest in themselves and not try to do things, you know, cookie cutter and not try to find the easier, softer way. A live performance goes a long way. You know, that's bread and butter, man. Like, you know, especially with you know, CD sales down the way that they are. You can get your record on the street for $2 or $3. So, you know, your live show is really, you know, the live show has become that much more important.
Right.
And, so I invest a lot in trying to do a great live show as well as create a great record.
No, I definitely see that. Okay. So now, you know, following 3 successful albums and now this Christmas album you've got out, you know, what are your plans for new music going forward?
Top of the year, well, actually not even the top of the year. You know, I've already started production or pre-production on songs for the next studio album, and I'll probably be in record mode during the first quarter. And we've got a stint over in Japan for a few days in the second week of the second half of January. So, you know, once I get back, you know, it's you know, back into the woodshed and start working on the fourth album. And you know, all the songs, most of the songs are written, with the exception of maybe 1 or 2. And you know, I'm you know, we're moving right along. You know, and I'm happy to be able to. I'm happy that people are supporting this music and allow me to continue to do what I do.
Definitely. And now, earlier this year, you made your acting debut in the movie Sparkle. You know, what was that whole experience like for you?
You know, it was a great experience. I learned a lot, and there's some parallels. There are parallels and differences in making the movie and between making a movie and making a record. You know, so it was definitely a humbling experience. You know, when I make my records, it's all about me.
Right.
You know, and I call the shots.
Yeah.
You know, and not so much so on the film set. You know, so you know, I really was an observer and a grateful participant in the making of that movie, and I'm looking forward to doing more of the same.
Cool. You mentioned there were some parallels there. You know, I've asked actors who have turned to singing, you know, what do they see as the similarities? You know, what did you see, you know, as the similarities between the two forms of art?
That you know, we do take after take after take.
Right.
You know, making sure that we have enough. You know, making sure that everything is covered. You know, you don't have you know, unlike in the music industry, man, making a record is like I never want to have to call a musician back in. You know, kind of like I want to get everything that I can possibly get. You know, a lot of times I do, but in the film industry, you're not afforded that opportunity, so you got to get it. You know, take after take after take, cover all the aspects, paying attention to detail, and you know, so from that aspect, you know, I found it to be very similar. You know, I record to say, you know, there are periods during the song, during the recording process where you record a section of the tune at a time, you know, and that's what you do in the film. You know, you're shooting, you know, one piece at a time. You know, you're working on one piece of the puzzle at a time. You know,
right.
I'm working on the bass, and I'm working on the drums, and I'm working on the guitar, and you know, there's a process to putting everything together to make it one cohesive piece of work. You know, so I can appreciate that in both worlds.
Cool. You know, just to wrap up, you know, I'll talk about the company you founded, Mac and Third Inc., you know, that assists with the homeless community out there. So, you know, talk about it and how it all came together and what you do with that.
Mac and Third is my foundation, and it was started unofficially back in 2009 with an event we called Mac and Third Live, in which it was an all-day free concert and as well as a food drive and a fundraiser, and we repeated it in 2011 and 2012, and it's grown over the years. We raise money, we raise resources for organizations in the community that support the homeless and substance abuse treatment domestic violence facilities. This year we had, I performed as well as a lot of local talent here in the city of Detroit, as well as Frankie Bitterman and Mays, and we had 55,000 people in attendance. We gave a lot of medical services away, and people could come down and get dental screenings and get their blood pressure checked, check for STDs. There's a lot going on. You know, it's a great look for the city, and it's a wonderful opportunity for me to give back.
Yeah, it definitely sounds like a great thing. Okay, so that's all the questions we had for you. Is there anything you'd like to add?
No, man, just have a good holiday, man, and hope your readers, thank them for their support, and wish them a